The brand that built luxury is now watching luxury leave it behind. Mercedes-Benz. 100 years of dominance, the most recognized badge in automotive history. But in 2025, something shifted. BMW overtook it, Lexus humiliated it, China abandoned it, and profits fell by nearly 50% in a single year. This is not a minor setback. This is not a temporary dip. This is a brand in a genuine crisis, and the numbers prove it beyond any argument. Therefore, today we are breaking down exactly what went wrong, who is winning the war that Mercedes is losing, and whether the three-pointed star can ever reclaim its throne. Stay till the end because this story gets very interesting very fast. Let us start with the number that shocked the entire automotive industry. Falling sales and lost market share. For decades, the American luxury car market belonged to Mercedes-Benz almost by default. But in 2025, BMW sold 388,897 vehicles in the United States, while Mercedes managed only 343,200. Therefore, BMW did not just beat Mercedes, it left it behind by a margin that felt genuinely decisive, and therefore the gap between these two historic rivals suddenly looked larger and more significant than it had in years. But if losing to BMW stung, then what came next was something far more unexpected. Lexus, the Japanese luxury brand that Mercedes had historically considered a comfortable but uninspiring alternative, overtook Mercedes-Benz completely to claim second place in the American luxury market. Therefore, Mercedes-Benz dropped to third place in one of its most important markets in the world. And that single fact tells you everything about how quickly the ground beneath this brand has shifted. But the American picture was just the beginning. Globally, Mercedes reported a 12% sales decline in the third quarter of 2025 alone. In the United States, sales dropped 17%, but the number that truly alarmed analysts was China. A 27% sales collapse in a single quarter in the single largest market Mercedes-Benz operates in anywhere on the planet. Therefore, the brand that had spent decades building its China business as its most important financial foundation watched more than a quarter of it disappear in 3 months. Chinese consumers are not simply buying fewer luxury cars. They are buying luxury cars from different brands entirely. Domestic electric vehicle companies are offering cutting-edge technology, strong performance, and competitive pricing, and therefore younger Chinese buyers who once aspired to own a Mercedes are now aspiring to something built much closer to home. Therefore, the loyalty that Mercedes-Benz assumed was permanent proved to be far more fragile than anyone in Stuttgart had honestly prepared for. Now, falling sales hurt, but what happened to the Mercedes-Benz finances in 2025 makes the sales story look almost mild by comparison. The profit collapse. In 2024, Mercedes-Benz reported net profits of over 10 billion euros. Strong, healthy, reassuring. But in 2025, that number fell to approximately 5.3 billion euros. Therefore, in 12 months, Mercedes-Benz lost nearly half of its entire profit. Not a small adjustment, not a modest correction. Half gone. But the deeper damage was visible inside the passenger car division, which is the actual core business of everything Mercedes-Benz does. The operating margin fell to just 5% in 2025 for a brand that had previously boasted double-digit margins and used those numbers as proof that its luxury strategy was working perfectly. 5% represents a fundamental change in the financial reality of this company. Therefore, restructuring costs added further pressure. Layoffs were announced, cost-cutting programs were launched, and therefore the company that had presented itself to the world as the gold standard of profitable luxury manufacturing was simultaneously dealing with a profit collapse from above and rising internal costs from below, both squeezing at the same time. And therefore, the financial picture that emerged from 2025 was one that demanded urgent, honest, and decisive action from the very top of the organization. Now, here is the part of this story that is most important to understand, because a significant portion of this crisis was not something that happened to Mercedes-Benz from the outside. It was built from decisions made inside the company. The strategy that backfired. A few years ago, Mercedes-Benz announced a bold new direction. The company would go all in on electric vehicles and simultaneously focus exclusively on the ultra-high end of the luxury market. More Maybach, more AMG, more G-Class, fewer volume models. The strategy was celebrated. It sounded visionary. It sounded exactly like what a brand with the confidence and the heritage of Mercedes-Benz should be doing. But it did not work. BEV sales fell by 8.8% in 2025 at precisely the moment the strategy demanded they should be growing. The customers Mercedes assumed would follow it into the electric future were slower to arrive than projected. And in China, where electric adoption was genuinely accelerating, those buyers chose domestic brands over Mercedes almost entirely. But the luxury-only volume strategy caused equal damage in a different way. By deliberately walking away from more accessible price points, Mercedes-Benz removed itself from the consideration of a large portion of the market. Therefore, when economic uncertainty softened the very top end of the luxury segment, there was nothing underneath to absorb the impact. The brand had voluntarily made itself more vulnerable by making itself more exclusive. Therefore, by late 2025, Mercedes-Benz reversed course completely. Reports confirmed the brand was pivoting back towards higher volume, more affordable models to recover the market share it had so confidently walked away from just years earlier. Therefore, what was presented as bold strategic vision ended up requiring a very public and very expensive correction that no luxury brand ever wants to make. So if Mercedes-Benz is losing the luxury war, then who exactly is winning it, and why are they winning while Mercedes is struggling? The competitors winning the war. BMW is the clearest answer and the most direct proof that the problems at Mercedes-Benz are not simply the result of a difficult market for everyone, because BMW is operating in the same global market, facing the same economic conditions, and competing for the same customers. But BMW is winning. Its premium SUV portfolio has shown stronger momentum across key markets. Its sales resilience has been significantly better, and therefore the contrast between how these two historic rivals have navigated 2025 is sharp, clear, and deeply revealing about the different strategic choices each company made. But the Chinese competitive threat is structurally the most serious long-term challenge Mercedes faces. BYD, NIO, and Li Auto are no longer budget alternatives. They are genuine luxury and premium competitors offering advanced technology, sophisticated design, and deeply integrated digital experiences that resonate powerfully with younger Chinese buyers. Therefore, the assumption that European heritage and a century of history would protect Mercedes-Benz in the Chinese market indefinitely has proven to be a very costly miscalculation. But perhaps the most telling competitive result of 2025 was Lexus. Because Lexus beating Mercedes in America is not just a sales statistic, it is a signal about perception. It is a signal that buyers in one of the world's most important luxury markets are choosing reliability, value, and consistency over the prestige of the three-pointed star. Therefore, when that shift happens in measurable and meaningful numbers, it tells you that the brand perception problem Mercedes-Benz faces is real. It is significant, and it cannot be solved simply by launching a new model or cutting prices. Now, after everything we have covered, the question every person watching this video is asking is the same. Is this the end for Mercedes-Benz, or can it genuinely fight its way back? The road back. Mercedes-Benz has survived things that would have permanently destroyed most companies. Near bankruptcy, World War II, the deadliest disaster in motorsport history, a quality crisis that turned its own customers against it, and every single time it found a way back. Therefore, writing off a brand with this history and this engineering capability based on 2 difficult years would be a serious mistake. But surviving past crises does not guarantee surviving this one automatically, because this crisis is different in one important way. The previous crises were external shocks that required internal strength to overcome, but this crisis was significantly self-inflicted. The wrong electric vehicle bet, the wrong volume strategy, the wrong reading of what customers in its most important markets actually wanted, and therefore the path back requires not just financial recovery, but a genuine rethinking of strategic direction at the highest level. If Mercedes-Benz can return to what has always defined it at its best, then genuine engineering excellence, honest acknowledgement of mistakes, and the courage to make difficult decisions at difficult moments, then this brand absolutely has the foundation to rebuild. But therefore, if it cannot move with enough speed and enough clarity in a market that is changing faster than at any point in its history, then the luxury war that Mercedes-Benz once dominated may increasingly belong to someone else entirely. Mercedes-Benz is not finished, but it is at a crossroads that will define the next chapter of one of the greatest brands ever built. Where do you think Mercedes goes from here? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I genuinely want to know what you think. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with anyone who follows cars or business. See you in the next one.